Welcome to Pitch It Good. Hello. I've got a New Year's resolution.
Oh, yeah. He said convincingly like this isn't take two.
I'm not going to make the mistake, though. I'm not going to say so in the theme tune.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm not going to say so. I was like, you've already failed. But
Did I say so?
You said...
Oh, no, not in general. I'm not removing the word from my vocabulary.
Most people try to like lose weight or drink less booze. You're like, I'm never going to say the word so again.
It's done. It's out of my life. New year, new me, no so.
All right, yeah, nice.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm very good.
Did you have a good New Year?
It was okay. Very chilled one.
Good.
Nice, just quiet. Massive piss on my
That's the way it should be. I'm
too old for parties.
Too old for parties.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Did you watch any films?
I've watched a few films since we started, since we last recorded.
Oh, cool. Pick one. Otherwise,
no, that's all we're talking about.
Today's Paul's film reviews.
Welcome to Review Hole.
Review Hole. Fuck's sake!
It's my hole.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Sorry. I watched a film on, I think it was Amazon Prime. I can't remember for the life of me now. Called Escape from Pretoria.
Oh,
it's a cool film. It's got Harry Potter. I can't remember his name.
Harry Potter.
I was going to say Edward Norton. What's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe. It's based on a true story, and it's like one of those things where if it wasn't a true story that I could Google and be like, that really did happen, I wouldn't believe it. It's about a guy who, during apartheid, he gets arrested for anti-apartheid propaganda. Okay. And the whole film is about him and his mates escaping from prison by making keys out of wood.
A traditional Christmas film.
Like, that's the sort of thing that you go, that is absolute horseshit. And then you Google it and the guy's like, I really did do it.
Oh, well, cool.
they just make keys for the doors and leave.
Just whittling.
Yeah. It's a good film. It's really good.
Sounds great.
For sort of escape from prison escape movies, I really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. You really sold it.
Some atrocious South African accent.
I'm not going to do one.
We're not going to
We're
do
not
one.
going to do a South African accent.
I always wanted that laugh. He doesn't say that. Have you watched any films?
I did. I actually did watch a Christmas film.
Yeah. What, yesterday?
I watched Genie.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, with what's her face, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
It was very good.
How quickly before her husband turned up in the film?
What?
She has her husband turn up in every one of her films.
I didn't know she had a husband.
Have you seen... Oh, what's the famous one? My brain is
what's
the famous one?
Today's podcast, who's the famous one? With Jim and Paul.
Bridesmaids. You know she was in Bridesmaids. That was like her first breakthrough film.
Yeah.
The air marshal in Bridesmaids.
Oh, yeah, all right, okay. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, he's in like a ton of her movies. Anyway, sorry. How was the film?
Good.
Cool, moving on. You've had it here first.
Yeah, but obviously we've been up to lots of activities between in 2024, the year of the dickhead. So what have you been up to, Paul?
Well, you know the old adage, new year, new me.
Yeah.
I've turned that into a little business adventure.
Oh.
New you, new me.
Okay. So stupid, Cole. All right, tell me what this is.
I've been offering myself as your replacement in your place of work. So you can have a couple extra days off.
Oh, that's all right, yeah.
The good news is I charge an absolute fortune for this service.
Okay.
And it has sold gangbusters.
Right.
The unfortunate side is that I have got a lot of people fired. It turns out I don't know how to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a cab driver.
You don't know how to be a cab driver?
No. Okay. I can drive, but...
Well, that's all you need to do.
I don't know how not to talk to people. Be a racist. Oh. Anyway, I made £51 profit.
£51 £5. What a haul.
Sterling.
That always happens when you're abroad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You just say, yeah, everything. What's that in sterling?
No one calls it that.
What, yeah, they do when you're abroad. Do you know how much these beans are over here? £4 sterling.
£4 sterling.
Yeah. Well, this is a real fucking low bar for the beginning of the year.
What would I like to do with the money? Well, Jim.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Paul, with your £51?
I'd like to make a movie.
Ooh, a movie.
A movie.
A movie, as we do every week here on Pitch It
Some
Good.
fine British cinema.
Oh, yes. Well, it might be. It might be a foreign film.
Have you never listened to this?
Well, and obviously, Paul, we are obviously just a pair of just not capable of speaking people.
Yeah, if anyone listens to the last episode, I think we've proven quite well we can't make the films
No,
ourselves.
If you go back and listen to the to the end of year roundup, it wasn't good. But I do know someone who's very good at this sort of stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah. So,
God, I don't.
so I've invited in a fantastic comedian. This guy is funny, and he's a finalist in nearly every competition you can think of. He's worked up the ranks and making people laugh in all sorts of places.
That is the usual job of a comedian.
No, he's an absolutely great comedian. Everyone, welcome to the show, Luke Nixon.
Hey,
how you doing?
So much. What a lovely intro. Great, Jim. Thanks for having me.
It was a lovely intro, actually, wasn't it? No one ever says thanks for the nice intro.
I like to warm the
You don't give me an intro.
I don't give you.
You
an
just say
intro.
so.
You good? All
I'm
good?
good. New year. I've been investing in this business that I've heard about.
Again, I apologise once more, but as our lawyers have instructed, we should not talk about it.
No, it's been good. It's been a good start to the year. I'm trying to be, all positive. Trying to kick those January blues. Had a fat cold, got over that, so that's a win.
Okay.
I'm feeling strong.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, good. And obviously, we're bringing the move down here by bringing you to this show.
This is a high point for me because every year it comes to Christmas. I've got my dad's birthday on the 19th.
Right.
And it's Christmas. Presents to all the cousins, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then it's my girlfriend's birthday on the 20th of January, her 30th this year.
Big one.
February 1st, 4-year anniversary. So I'm just like broke.
Skint is what you are.
Yeah, basically. So just getting away from it all for an hour is great, guys. So I appreciate,
No, that's good. I'm glad we're a good service for you, and also, hopefully for that.
£51.
£51, and a movie profits. It's good, possible dividend for a 4-year anniversary.
I've had some cooking, and if we sell this, I've had something cooking, and if we sell this film, it's going to be a very happy anniversary, I think, for me and my girlfriend.
Exceptionally optimistic that you think any movie on this podcast would make a profit.
Well, listen, look, these walls don't have ears, but I know some that do. And I think we're going to shop this movie around. I'm doing the politician thing. I'm waving my finger there.
Yeah,
I really, I feel successful about this film already.
Are you doing the power stance under the table?
Yeah, I've got, yeah.
No pants on.
Oh, yeah, by the way, none of us have got pants on.
No, that's part of the rule.
It's our one rule for coming on.
Okay, so you're going to pitch a film to us, and I'm really excited about this. So,
Sound it.
what's actually happening is I'm trying to remember how to do a podcast after having way too much chocolate and bread over Christmas. Luke.
So this is something, just for context.
Go on.
You invited me on yesterday, last night, and so I've come up with it today. So no expectations, low expectations.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry. The bar is low. So
You might have tripped over it on the way in.
So Luke, what is the genre of your film?
It's a thriller.
Yes.
It's called Driver.
Oh no!
What are you doing?
You will tell us the title at the end of the film because it may change.
Sorry.
Holy shit.
Sorry. Oh no! Just to remind everyone of the format.
Yeah, I've actually listened to like 3 episodes as well. It's terrible.
With like how excited you are.
I'm excited, man. I'm here.
Good. Thriller. And we were all thrilled. So
Mm.
this is a thriller. When is it set?
In the 90s.
90s.
Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. It's set in 2030s. sorry about that. Yeah. It's very close together, those two. Yeah,
They are.
Sorry,
They'll get confused.
This
Yeah.
is it. Yeah.
Ironically, the way that trends cycle around, the 2030s will probably look like the 90s. I reckon rave's coming back.
There you go.
Yeah. No, that's what's happening now, isn't it?
Do you like a rave? Do you like a little two-step?
No. I like to sit at home
In a home.
and watch TV.
So like
Not
an
a
old
raver.
people's home.
I like to go to old people's homes.
I've recently invested in a thermos flask for my tea in the house, and
Yeah. I like it.
I go to old
Yeah.
people's homes and ask them if they remember the 90s.
Do you remember the 90s,
Do you remember
Dave?
the 90s? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
set in the 2030s.
Yeah. Classic 20. The Roaring 30s. Yeah.
the new Roaring 30s.
Yeah.
So this is it's not too far away either,
No,
is it? When you
it is.
think about it, it's only,
Yeah.
So what are we
6 years
talking? Massive skyscrapers, flying cars, moon bases.
No, 2030s. My version of 2030s is it's pretty bleak.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically everywhere is a city-state, and that's what I'm going to tell you so far.
I thought you meant that's what you're going to tell me. I was like,
So
That's the
lovely.
film.
So the next question I was going to have was, where is it set?
So we're just on the outskirts of London.
Outskirts of London. What zone are we talking?
Zone 9.
Zone 9, Brentwood.
Oh no, it was
Reading?
zone 7,
Zone
where
7.
there are still buses. Yeah,
The new Zone 7.
yeah, the new Zone 7. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, classic.
What's it like in Zone 7?
It's all right. It's a quiet street. A lot of places are boarded up. There's one tea shop that's open, and it's really a bad tea shop. It really doesn't serve much tea there.
Just coffee.
Just coffee. It looks very quiet.
Okay, it looks quiet.
It
Is
looks
it actually audibly quiet?
Audibly quiet. All you can hear is just rumbling buses
Rumbling
in the
buses.
streets.
Is that the name of the town?
No. The town is called Cheadle-Hulme
Cheadle-Hulme.
upon Thames.
Cheadle
To make it south. Yeah.
upon Thames.
Yeah.
Like, this is a pretty good episode.
They all are, yeah.
Okay, right. So we've got Cheadle-Hulme upon Thames. It's 2030.
2031.
2031. Okay.
Lovely.
And we're in Zone 7, and it's bleak.
It is quiet.
It's quiet.
It's cold.
It's bleak.
It's cold, quiet, cold, bleak.
Is it
Yeah.
always cold or just the time of year?
This is in January. Yeah, January. Yeah,
like now.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
freezing.
that's a coincidence, but yeah, it's in January. Yeah.
Okay. And so let's talk about. Do we meet our first main characters? Do we meet our main characters?
Rena.
Rena.
Yeah, Rena is the main character of the film.
Rena.
She's an ex-actor. She was very famous, very successful, but she got cancelled. And that was 10 years ago. And now she's had to become a bus driver.
So she was cancelled in 2021.
In 2021, yeah.
Cool.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Very good.
So who plays Rena?
Penelope Cruz.
Oh, great.
But she's put on a lot of weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're using a bit of AI.
No.
CGI.
I'm going to mandate that she does it for real.
But no, she's in the midst of a depression.
Oh,
Her character, Rena.
okay. Rena. So Rena's
Yeah.
depressed.
And this is her first week of driving at the bus, as a learner under instruction.
Oh, so she's a bus driver.
She's becoming a bus driver because this is her last. This is her, she's lost everything. We can't reveal yet what she said, but she's now had to go back into London, Zone 7, Cheadle-Hulme upon Thames, to become a bus driver. It's her last resort.
I mean, that is a hell of a fall from grace,
Yeah.
isn't it?
If I could make one request of the episode,
Yeah.
please don't say what got her cancelled live.
So it's better for the listener's imagination. They fill in the gaps.
So this is a very bus-heavy picture so far. What are the buses like? Are they new? Are they
They're-
flying?
No, it's only 10 years from now. They'll still be the same bus.
Yeah. If anything, they're a little bit run down.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So it's pretty. It sounds bleak.
Yeah.
Sounds bleak, cold.
But she's optimistic in scene one.
Is she?
She's like, do you know what? So she talks to her son. She's called Rena. Her son, Ron, is, he's like, go on, mum. Go for it, mum.
Is he on the bus?
No, he's like walking her to work.
It's like poetry.
So he's standing there, with his little briefcase, because
He's got a briefcase.
he's 18. He's an intern at the bus company in the admin office, and he's off to the office, and she's standing outside her bus stop waiting for her shift to start. And he's like, "Go on, mum. Good luck. You know, see you at 5. See you at 5."
I imagine he has a pocket watch.
Yeah, he's got his hair slicked back. The family's doing really well.
How old is he?
He's
18.
Yeah,
18.
he's 18. Yeah.
Who plays Ron?
It's probably a throw up between Timothy Chalamet
Right.
and
The Wind.
Played by the Wind. Is it the first element we've had?
It's the spirit of the wind.
The spirit of the wind.
Her son's actually dead. And it's the wind, the spirit of the wind follows her around. So every time there's a big gust of wind, she goes, "Oh, it's Ron."
With the spirit of wind. So is there a floating briefcase?
She sort of has it behind her on a string. And then when the wind sort of picks up and moves the briefcase a little bit because it's so light, she's like, "There he is."
Flutters.
Yeah, fluttering about.
Does it pop open and fly away?
No, never. It's always there.
It's always
Don't be ridiculous.
When she's driving the bus, it's sort of like down by the feet.
Okay.
Like pedals, yeah. So it's always there.
So she's a full-on lunatic.
She's had a bad time.
Yeah.
Rena's had a bad old time.
Bad old time. She's been cancelled. She's now learning to drive a bus with her phantom son with a briefcase who's played by the spirit of the wind.
Of the wind.
The quickest we've made it.
It works.
It's either Timothy Chalamet
Or the spirit of the wind.
Spirit of the Wind is better, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm definitely.
Timothy's too mainstream for this film.
No.
classic Timothy.
Timothy wouldn't do this. You know? He wouldn't do this.
Spirit of the wind.
Spirit of the Wind.
Okay, right. So she's she's learning to drive the bus,
That's it.
and that's not it.
No, that's not. No, sorry.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh, no,
I
you-
meant
we're
it's
used
in your- Yeah, I meant you're killing it. You've got it.
All right. Okay. Right. So she's learning to drive the bus. This is her new career. She's optimistic.
Week 1, day 1.
Week 1, day 1, and does she sort of? They just let her on the bus.
She comes on. There's another guy getting off his shift. Let's call him John, played by Greg Davis. You know,
Classic.
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, they are really bunch of," you know.
Oh.
And he coughs because he's got asthma. and he's like, "They're difficult," is what I was trying to say. So good luck, Rena. That's it.
Yeah.
And then she looks around the bus, and everyone looks a bit weird on the bus. Everyone looks a little bit suspicious.
So
And-
her first time ever driving a bus is with real passengers.
Yeah, real passengers. Yeah, 2030, we don't have the funding.
Budget cuts. Yeah.
The massive budget cuts, right? And basically, on the bus, she closes it, and she's got an app. An app is telling her how to drive this bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes yeah.
Yeah.
It's feasible.
So now she shuts the thing. She's driving along, right? Day 1.
What's the
Right,
app called?
The app's called On the Bus.
On the bus.
Round and round, come on.
Go on. The app's called On the Bus. You're on the bus.
You're on the bus.
You are on the bus.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
positive. Yeah, it's
All
really
one word.
punchy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she's using an app called "You're on the Bus."
Yep. And then she gets a knock on the window. It's a bloke with a gun.
Whoa.
And he's like pointing at her head. And then she realizes, like, she slows down. She goes, "Oh, sorry, did I do something wrong?"
Or she was driving. She was moving.
Yeah, it's already going. You know, the bus is moving.
So was he hanging on the side?
No. He's in the bus. He taps on the
Oh,
driver's
I thought
window.
you meant outside the bus.
Hi!
Yeah. Excuse me.
Stop!
I've got something.
Wait!
So he taps on the window.
Right.
And he's like, you know, this is a stick up. Right? this is a stick up.
This is a stick up.
Right. And this character it's Nigel Farage, basically. Brexit has gone so badly wrong that he says to Rena, "Look, we're all in the same gang." And and Rena like pops her head out while the car's still moving, right? Leans back, looks around. Then everyone's dressed exactly the same as Nigel Farage. They're all wearing tweed, all the
A
jackets.
tweed gang.
Yeah, it's a tweed. They're all wearing tweed. And then he's like, "Look, we have rigged this bus full of explosives."
What's the name of the gang?
It's called the Freedom Party.
The Freedom Party.
Lawrence Fox is there as well, sat in the back. And he's looking really angry, and he's burning flags, and he's doing all sorts already. Rena's like, "What is this? This is like mental."
What was the name of the robber?
Nigel Farage.
It's based on Nigel Farage.
All right.
In
Okay.
this version, he's called
For the sake
Michel
of
Farage.
Michel Farage.
He's French. He's French, and he's had enough of seeing England over from the border. Yeah.
Who plays Michel Farage?
And Michel Farage is played by a very old Rowan Atkinson.
Oh.
Yeah. He wants to do a real gritty role.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something away from comedy. So yeah, that's it.
Johnny English to Michel Farage.
Michel Farage. Okay, so the Freedom Party have taken nest in this bus.
In this bus in Cheadle Hulme upon Thames.
Yeah,
and they've
Zone 7.
Yeah, Zone 7.
It's going to be cheap, a cheap fare for them.
It's really, but this is it. They've got to get into central London because they've packed the bus full of explosives and they're going to drive into the House of Parliament to make their point that if they can't have freedom, it's not worth fighting for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Rena's like, this is a lot for my first day.
She doesn't know how to start the bus at the moment.
She's learning on the app, so she's like Googling on the app like how to like deal with a domestic situation on the bus, and she's getting all of the like FAQs. She like requests support. She starts contacting the support line while Michelle's doing his demands.
Is he doing like a big monologue, and she's like, "We're there in a minute."
Yeah, and she's like trying to work out what's going on basically.
What are Michelle's demands?
He basically wants.
By the way, this is a demand from Michelle. Like those are from Rena.
Yeah, so Michelle basically has to tell Rena that the bus will be blown up unless his demands are met, which is for the Freedom Party to be instated in Parliament.
Okay.
Right away.
Right.
And then a massive Air Force One plane for the Freedom Party to go and move to an island.
And
which island?
I want to say the Isle of Wight for now. They're going to take over the Isle of Wight.
Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Very fitting name
for
this party.
just to clarify,
yeah,
there was her. She was driving the bus, and then everyone else in the bus is part of the Freedom Party.
Absolutely.
And they're saying they're going to blow up this bus with just them on it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but Rena's on the bus, and the government are like, oh, you know what? She's gone back to work.
A cancelled celebrity.
It's a cancelled celebrity. Has really gone through it. Like she's trying. Do you know what I mean? So
Greg Davies could have, or whatever his name was on here.
Yeah, he didn't do much, did he?
Yeah, he didn't do much.
He's in on it.
Oh no!
Whoa!
He was wearing as Michelle stops the bus. She looks in her wing mirror. There's Greg Davies. He's wearing his tweed jacket, and he gives a thumbs up.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was part of it all along.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's it. That's scene one.
Scene one.
Big twist in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is it. I like to. Yeah.
I like it. Well, yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
Is there a bit where she pleads with them and says, "No, please, I've got a son," and they're like,
"Show me."
Do you?
She just whips out this briefcase.
Please, my son, let my son go.
She's explaining to Michelle Farage.
Michelle.
She's saying to Michelle, "Look, here's my son," and then says, "He's not real. It's not real, Rena." Then she starts weeping, and then the app says, "You know, that's not. We don't support that." Get back on with the driving, so she just carries on driving. You know, so it's a pretty dark start. So Michelle's constantly in her ear the whole episode. The whole episode, yeah. Episode.
It sounds like an episode.
She's having an episode.
Yeah, it's a dark start to the show.
Right. Okay. So everyone's on board. I take it.
Yeah, everyone's on board, and she doesn't sound like she's got a choice. She's going to have to drive this bus into central London.
So at the moment she is, and the app is now connecting to a customer support officer.
Okay.
And who picks up the phone?
Go on.
It's Tim.
Tim.
Normal guy. Customer support officer.
Not the spirit of the wind, fire, nothing. Yeah.
Normal bloke called Tim.
Normal bloke.
He's knackered. He's had a big one with the guys last night. He's sat home.
Does he announce this? Hello,
he's
Tim
like,
here.
Hi guys. And he comes up on the app like, the only thing that's good in 2030 is the customer support. Everything else has gone by the wayside. So Tim picks up the phone. He's like, look, I'm knackered, to be honest. Like, I've had an absolute big one last night.
Rena, I'm going to level with you.
Rena, listen to me now.
Yeah, there she is.
Dumb.
Listen. Who plays
him?
So Idris Elba plays Tim.
Wow, doing a Scottish accent.
Yeah, he's playing Scott.
In his most challenging role to date.
And it is, because this Scottish accent is thick Glaswegian. Yeah, almost drunk Glaswegian. Yeah.
the whole
time. Yeah, he's woke up from the hangover and he just thinks, oh, I might as well crack on. So he's drinking on the customer support call.
He's still going.
He's still going.
Oh.
It's early. It's 7 a.m.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's
really?
dark out in January. There's no sun.
No sun.
No sun.
Really?
No sun.
Yeah, and then Rena sort of starts speaking in Spanish because she thinks, oh, that's the only way Nigel Farage won't interpret what I'm doing, right?
Oh, okay.
Does Tim speak Spanish?
No, Tim's got no clue what's going on. And this scene goes on for a really long time.
Big middle section.
Just a huge middle section to emphasise the stress of the situation.
Right.
We could do some lovely rom-com-esque comedy where we sort of subtitle her Spanish.
She's saying some nice things to him in Spanish. Like, you don't look that tired, you know, you're overworking, but you're looking all right, you know?
In the middle of that.
Yeah, but she's like, this guy has got a gun, so can you help me, Tim? You know?
And Tim's just pissed.
Tim's just pissed. Yeah, Tim's absolutely, yeah.
So at what point does Tim realise what's going on in
So,
the
like,
end?
Michelle sort of like doesn't realise the customer support's on because Rene's got an AirPod in.
Right.
And he just sees a gun like waved in the frame, and even though he's pissed, he's seeing double, so he sees two guns and he really panics. and that's from Tim's point of view in the cinema. You see these two guns waving about, and he realizes it's a hostage situation.
Okay, and is Tim got any sort of facility to help Rena?
Tim is
just useless.
Tim is useless. Tim's got one leg, and that's why he's at home.
But he's in an app.
He's in an app.
It doesn't matter.
But he's really remote. He's zone 8.
Why has he got one leg?
It was a terrible accident.
Oh,
yeah,
very nice.
It's a really intense game of five-a-side.
Oh, that is an intense game of five-a-side.
He lost it when they lost 2-1 and they lost league, and he like kicked the outside of the board, and his foot went through and just clean off.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what happened to Tim.
We should spend 25 minutes on that.
Yeah.
And of course he's legless.
Well, this is
Oh.
it. Yeah, there you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mull that over at home. Give that a little rewind.
Yeah.
Listen to it again. Oh, better the second time.
Okay. So Tim, the one-legged zone 8 Idris Elba Scottish drunk man who's seen two guns, is now aware that there's trouble afoot.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
And he's only got one.
That's even better. Rewind that again. Let's do that again.
Give that one.
Yeah, so he realises, he's like, oh, right, better do something.
Yeah.
So luckily in 2030 there are things which you can basically like put these little tablets in water and they're hangover pills. So
Okay.
like, he next a couple of hangover pills, hobbles over his dog, Limmy, his dog Lim. Limmy, his dog, is just like kicking about. And it's his trusty dog. He always trusts the dog. He says, shall I do it, Lemmy? Shall I go and find Rena? And Rena's still on the app. She's like yelling in Spanish. He just like mutes her for a second. And
What does the dog say back?
the dog sort of like growls and he's like, oh, it's on. Yeah.
Oh, he speaks English.
Yeah.
Dogs do that now in
Yeah,
2031.
the dog growls and he's like, you should go and do it, Tim. I'll look after the house. Don't worry about it. You know, so like at this point,
What accent does the dog have?
Yeah.
it's a soft Scottish woman.
Oh, it's a female dog.
You should go and do it. I think it's what she would have wanted. He's like, don't talk about my ex-wife in here. Don't bring her up. She's dead. After she saw that he lost his leg in the five-a-side accident, she had a heart attack. She went.
This five-a-side game.
She was watching on the side. She was like,
fucking
not that
traumatic.
leg. And then she dropped down
My
dead.
favourite one.
Yeah. I love that right leg. Oh,
Yo, that's
it.
like shit.
Yeah, she hates the left leg.
I just want to remind everyone that we've just introduced a talking dog into this, and that wasn't the weirdest thing that was in the film.
The second weirdest character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Are talking dogs common now in 2031?
for people with disabilities, because it's like a health thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So the dog. So like, if the dog is like, if the person falls over or something, the dog runs outside. And it's like, he's fallen over. Quick, come on. He like leans his head out the window. He's like, come on, someone pop round, help him. Because electronics have gone down. Like with the, you know, there's a lot of like, if you press a bell or something like that, that doesn't happen anymore in 2030. it's just talk. There's like 1,000 talking dogs in the area.
So the only tech exists now are
Talking dog, all
buses
AI.
and dogs.
It's all AI.
If you press a bell, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
Sound's gone.
Understanding's pretty solid.
We've got talking dogs, the Ring doorbell.
I researched this film pretty heavily, so I think I know exactly, you know, what I'm talking about when it comes to this.
Big Ben.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right. So the dog is given some trusty advice in a soft Scottish female accent.
Go and do it. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds. And so he's off. He's off to the races.
He's just like. I'm
not
off.
the dog.
Yeah,
The dog's not racing.
The dog's got to stay at home, unfortunately.
Rena's still on hold, waiting for him to come back.
Rena's no idea what's going on at this point. She's in the dark.
She's like, who's that over there? That's my dog.
She's absolutely slamming it into central London at the minute. They're now in zone 6.
Oh, okay.
Up. Yeah.
It's like a nice little countdown of the movie. You can see I don't know why there'd be a big sign saying now entering zone 6.
Yeah, I like that.
As
Yeah.
the movie progresses,
In
they get
2030 there
closer.
is.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
signs like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're in zone 6.
Zone
Okay.
6.
So a sense of urgency. You can see it getting closer and closer.
Yeah. Are we north, east, south?
We've just gone into Kingston Ponder Thames now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Kingston upon the Thames.
No. Ponder.
Ponder Thames.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's now Jamaican owned. Kingston Ponder Thames has been taken over by the Jamaicans. It's
Oh, right,
a Jamaican
okay.
controlled district.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're in Kingston, because obviously Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. So we've got Kingston upon the Thames, and we're here. Right. So what happens? What does how does Idris Elba plan on getting to it?
So Idris Elba's character's name is Tim. Yeah,
Tim, that's right.
Of course it is. Yeah. Just checking your.
For the listeners at home, you looked at your book there to see if you had any answers to that question, didn't you? And you were like, I'm out.
I'm completely out. This is not what I wrote at all. But this
Tim
is
didn't
great.
exist when I wrote this up.
One of my favourite moments of recording this thing is when you see the guests finally just give up on the notes.
This was a waste of my time.
It was like 25 seconds in when I realised I wasn't able to use anything.
It's going to work. Okay, so yeah, so the bus is hurtling now.
Hurling in,
and it's and what does Tim have a plan?
He does. He's got a really cool like 80s Harley Davidson,
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
but he's
nice.
got like boosters on the back.
Yeah.
So he goes out, he gets on the bike. He's like, oh, ring, ring, and it starts going, and then
And then he starts it.
The bike was Scottish.
Yeah, the bike's Scottish as well. It's got AI voice in it as well. The bike's like, you've got to make it go. You've got to make it go. And so he's trying to get it to go, but the bike isn't going. The boosters aren't coming on.
no way.
So he like touches the side to check they're warmed up, as you do when you're on a motorbike, because that's when you turn it on. You've got to check the side, check the pipes.
Check the pipe.
And then he's like, oh no, the bike. Oh no, the bike's not working. No. And then his neighbour runs down. He's like, oh, problem with the bike, Tim? Yeah. I love the voices. Yeah, it's Gregory who lives next door.
Gregory.
Gregory, yeah. Gregory is a ex-Swedish.
He's ex-Swedish.
Ex-Swedish ticket inspector. Yeah, he left those roots behind after the war.
A ticket inspector.
Yeah, he's just a ticket symbol to fit in.
Still a ticket inspector, no longer Swedish.
No longer Swedish. Yeah, he's given up on the Swedes. Can't be doing with them.
It just can't be done.
Not after 2023.
Obviously, because Gregory is a traditional Swedish name.
It is, yeah, in certain parts of Sweden.
I was going to ask which parts, but I
He
don't.
gave up on his Swedish name when he gave up on Sweden.
Yeah, you want to look at Sven? Yeah, you want to Gregory?
Yeah, exactly. So he comes up to check on him. He's like, oh, what's happening with the pipes? And then he like sticks his hand in the pipe, and then finally the bike actually goes on. And
Okay.
It burns his hand,
No, Greg.
and then Tim's like, sorry mate, gotta go, and then zooms off.
See you later, mate. I'm outie.
He doesn't know he has to help this woman Rena. So that's where we are.
Okay,
Scene 2.
scene 2. Okay, right. So that's good. So we've got a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
But he's got a troubled past. He just blew someone's arm off.
and he's only got one leg.
And now you're thinking, what happened to the ex-wife? You know?
Yeah, what did happen to the ex-wife?
Yeah, we're not
We'll find
there.
out later, Jim.
Find out. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Find out.
cool. So we're on. So do we now switch back to the bus?
Yeah, we're in Kingston Ponder Thames, and
No, actually, just one thing I want to point out, because obviously Michel Farage has made some demands,
he has.
and obviously now one of the demands that he has is to be instated as government. I don't. He must have told someone else, because I don't think Rena has that authority.
Well, no, he thinks connecting through this app, because this is the only way of modern communication. He
Just
can
one.
get through to the
One. Well, everyone has one app.
Everyone has one, and it's called You're on the Bus.
You're on the bus.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea he's not told anyone except the bus driver. It's a classic nut on the bus.
In our day, the bus driver was just like, "Can you tell me when I get to here, please?" It's like, "No, I want to be Prime Minister."
On the bus home, I'm
All right, I'll tell you when we get there.
It's not on my route.
Cool. Okay, right. So yeah, we're on the bus.
Yeah. On the bus, yeah. And then Michelle Farage thinks that Rena's on the phone to like the government. So she has to keep up this sort of ruse as they're going along. And then we get a flashback to when Rena was a girl as an actor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. She's really like in the garden, she's dancing, and then like she hears some shouting coming out. It's her father, he's an alcoholic, and she hides with her friends, her imaginary friends. She's all hiding with them.
imaginary friends.
Yeah, they're imaginary. Yeah.
Who are called?
There's one called someone called Hermione.
Hermione.
And Harry.
These weren't wizards, were they?
Well, it was a magic place. Yeah. We're not sure where it was, but it was magical. And she's hiding and watching her father, and then he comes over and he says, "You'll never be an actor. You're crap at acting." And then he goes back inside.
1 minute.
She's 5.
Harry, Hermione, and Ron. And obviously Ron
Yeah. It's her son.
is her son.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So she's always been someone who's imagined things. And
So she had her son
Like a son.
when she was a child, and then he died.
no. The son isn't there yet.
All right.
No,
Okay.
it's just Harry and Hermione. Yeah.
And then she named him Ron.
Yeah, and then she named the son Ron.
Ah.
Yeah, the wind.
Okay. Okay, right. So she's hiding with Harry and Hermione,
Yeah.
and hiding from her dad.
Her
who's-
dad who finds her and he's like, "You're a crap actor," even though she's 5. She's like, "You'll never make it. You'll never make it."
Dad of the year.
Yeah. You're never.
He's also Scottish.
He's not Scottish. No, he's not Scottish. Rena is Thames Estuary.
Yeah.
She's Thames Estuary. Yeah.
She's Spanish.
She's Spanish.
She speaks Spanish.
Speaks
She speaks
Spanish.
Spanish.
And played by
Smashed out-
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smashed out the Duolingo.
He's Spanish. He's Spanish. Yeah.
Right. She is Spanish.
You will never make. Still Scottish. Oh, God. Let me try
Back in
Spanish.
Barcelona. When I was a wee girl. Two more cervezas.
Let's go and watch El Clasico. Oh, God. I've booked in Gaudi at 5. Gonna go and see it. Oh,
Okay.
no.
So she's a shit actor at 5.
Yeah.
He's done. He's done.
I can't recover.
She always questioned her father's accent. She was always something she was like, "That's not right. That is not right."
Like, mind your business.
You're not a girl of mine. Right. We must
Stop the plot.
Bamboléo.
We're only in zone 6.
6. Yeah, and the words of him singing Bamboléo in the garden ring in her ears as she looks up to the sky, and we're back in Kingston Pond Thames. Yeah.
Skip to zone 2.
Yeah.
Okay. so we're hurtling towards central London still.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Tim as Idris Elba,
Mm-hmm.
who's trying to catch up with the bus.
Yeah.
In this high landing town.
Cheadle upon Thames. Yeah.
What's happening here with the gang on the bus?
They're all sat at the back. They're all sort of talking quietly. They're all kind of like.
That's very
wow.
considerate of them.
Yeah, they don't want to be rude, you know.
It's public transport in
Don't wanna
London,
be-
Jim.
Yeah, they don't. There's like they want their rights. They want the Freedom Party to succeed, but ultimately they respect the bus and they respect queuing as well. So they're all sort of queued up behind Nigel so they can get a word in after him. They kind of hope that like he'll finish up in a bit and they can get their 2 cents in. And we quite like policy-wise this. Like they've all got their policies with them.
Oh, they're talking policy.
Yeah, they're not. They're quite an interesting gang.
What's
you
their
know.
policy? Oh, no.
No.
No. That's
For those tuning back in, we had to cut out 45 minutes
45
of
minutes.
unairable
Okay.
manifesto. awful
Got it
things.
written down.
It's worrying when they bring the notepad back.
There is literally, I promise you, there's nothing in this notepad.
I'm going to assume that's red ink.
Okay, right. So there's the queue for the very organised queue.
Very organised, yeah.
Whilst obviously they're standing.
Everyone's standing. No one's sitting down. It's really weird. Yeah, everyone's standing,
That's
and
the
the
weird
bus is
bit.
going pretty fast as well. So they're all kind of holding on. They've all got papers as well because they've been sold by Michel Farage. That They think they're going to make a
Parliament.
pitch. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's sort of talking like that to Reno. He's talking like that, waving the gun around. He's talking.
So
quite quiet.
they think that Michel Farage has hired the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it making all the stops?
Yeah, it's no stops. Yeah.
No stops.
They're like, this is great, Michelle. Like, you've direct route, fantastic.
Yeah.
But Michelle's holding out that. That's where the bombs are.
Are there angry people at bus stops?
Yeah, there's loads of people like waving their fists around. They're really annoyed.
Also waving guns.
And do these people think, oh yeah, they're cheering us on?
Yeah, and exactly. So the guys at the back all think Hans Peterson is one of the loyal kind of his second in command.
All right, okay.
He's played by who's Ricky Gervais's right hand man?
Stephen Merchant.
Yes.
And what
Right
part of
hand man.
Scotland does he come from?
Otherwise known as writing partner.
His writing partner. Sorry, yeah, that's right. I was really rude.
Right-hand man.
His
Sorry, Stephen.
That's it.
It's Stephen Merchant listens to this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
I certainly
terrible now.
Spotify wrapped.
Sorry, Stephen. Hans Peterson. He comes from Gloucestershire. He's a different route into politics.
Gloucestershire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give me a Gloucester accent.
He's like Hans Peterson's like that. He's like Michel Farage. So good to be here. I'm here for the Freedom Party. And he's not quite aware of what's going on, but he's really committed to the cause, whatever it is.
I don't really know what's going on, but I'm just having a lovely day out.
Yeah.
Right, my lovers.
Big night out in the town for Hans Peterson. Yeah, but he's got a German background.
It's got a German
Right.
background.
Pretty strong
So we've
German
got
background.
German, French.
These accents are getting more complicated.
He yearns for a simpler time in the motherland before he moved to Gloucestershire. Yeah.
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, my lovers.
What the hell was that?
Cut it out.
I wasn't going to go for it. I'm so glad you did.
This is going to be a 4-second episode.
It's just a short.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we got nice and organised. That they don't know that they're sort of.
No, Hans Peterson does, though.
Hans Peterson does.
He looks out at the bus and he looks up and catches himself in the mirror as a reflection. And he's just like a single tear just goes down his face because he knows what they're going to do, you know. And he looks back at sort of loyal men in tweed and he's like, they've got no idea.
Those fools.
Yeah. Then cut back with Tim. Scene 3. Oh wait, scene 4.
I don't think it matters at this point. Okay. Scene 4. What's happening?
Zone 4.
Zone 4.
Tim is on the bike. The boosters are working, but then like he looks around and his dog, Limmy, is scurrying along. He's like, "You've forgotten your lunch."
The dog is able to run as fast as a motorcycle.
He is, yeah, this is an AI dog as well.
Wow.
He do it. So he just like grabs Lim, shoves him on the back of a bike, and like zooming through. It's like a mixture of like iRobot and like some kind of cool 80s Roadhog movie.
Well, it's got is it like an R2D2 vibe, where he's in the back like making things happen on the bike?
Yeah, like then suddenly like Lim, like you realise he's not just a dog. His paws like come out and he starts like tapping away at the back of the machine like that. Yeah, and like, and then there's like, you know, there's like a fan that comes up and he's like, oh no, wrong button.
I just want a cold drink.
Yeah,
Does it play like Who Lets the Dogs Out? There's a
Yeah.
little dog joke, and it's like, oh yeah, get me
massive
off.
speakers come up, and Still DRE starts playing.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like they're zooming now, and it's pretty cool.
That's
There's-
pretty cool.
Then there's like a large gun that comes out the top.
Nice.
And you think it's a gun, but it's actually just searching for the Wi-Fi signal.
And so it's a Wi-Fi gun.
Yeah, Wi-Fi gun. Yeah, and
It's not got a bell on it because it's just not going to
Those don't work when you press them.
yeah, no bell, unfortunately.
No bell. Okay, right. So we're now hurt. So we're seeing, the dog is now.
They see the bus.
They see the
They can
bus.
see
Ooh,
it.
they've caught
yeah.
up.
Yeah, there's like 3 buses, all lined up next to each
classic.
other. Yeah, and he just doesn't know which one it is.
Oh, wow. How does he decide?
Well, they take a gamble. And he launches up. And
Is it the one going 90 miles an hour?
one is going through the buses more than other, but he thinks that that's what the bus driver would want him to think. So he gets the dog and just sort of hurtles it. It's got a mean right arm on him.
Yeah.
So the dog just... It's an AI dog, of course, so it's not actually harmful to animals.
Yeah.
So he throws it straight through the back window, hits the driver in the head. The bus kind of spins around, triple flip, bang, massive explosion. Wrong bus.
Well, if it was the right bus.
No, totally the wrong bus.
So he's
Solve the problem.
So his mission is like, no one gives a shit about Rena, but we got to save the country. I'm going to take the bus out before it gets to
Yeah, this is
Central
it.
London.
Because he knew what was wrong with it. But luckily it was a decoy bus. No one was in it.
It was a decoy bus.
Yeah.
They've arranged decoys.
They've got a decoy bus.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say there's actually only one bus, but he's been drinking and now he's seeing triple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, decoy bus is taken out.
No.
Okay.
2 buses left.
Okay.
Cut back to the bus.
Now, have they seen that a bus next to them
Yeah,
has just exploded?
they're like, oh, what was that?
The dialogue is almost Kafka-esque, isn't it?
What was that?
Hans Peterson's like,
Shakespearean in its complexity.
Someone is coming in. That's like things are going on, and
Whoa.
Michelle Farage is like suddenly like really waving the gun around. Like the men in
Yeah.
tweed are also seeing the gun. The gun is seeming to get bigger and bigger as well. Like
Oh.
it's one of those like big guns that you can extend. So he's waving this gun around. Rena's like losing her hair now because like she's so stressed. She starts like pulling out.
Literally.
Yeah. So she's still trying to connect to Tim, and then Tim's on the app, on You're on the Bus, the app, and he opens up the phone. They still manage. That's why he was trying to get Wi-Fi signal on top of the car.
Right, okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So now he. So now he lifts up
There's
the app.
periods where I think we've completely gone off the rails.
Yeah.
We're doing very well at reconnecting.
It's all linked. It's all linked. Yeah. So then Tim's like shouting down the phone at Rena. He's like, "I'm just behind you. I'm behind you. Don't give up. Don't give up." Yeah, and she's like, "Shut up. Like, he's
Don't worry
right
about that
there."
other bus.
Yeah. He's like, "He's right there," like that. And then,
to an angry Ron Atkinson.
yeah, and then Michelle Farage like leans in. He's like, bang.
Whoa.
Shoots the app.
Oh.
Oh,
the
shoots
app.
the app.
You're on the bus.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Didn't think of doing that earlier.
Yeah.
App's still gone. The line's down.
Oh,
And now Rena doesn't know how to drive the bus because in one ear she was having.
you fool.
She's in one ear she was having, Tim, and the other ear just instructions of how to drive the bus.
Okay.
So at this point she's like,
The sun comes up.
yeah, the suitcase slightly moves. The suitcase moves, and she's like, what? What should I do?
The suitcase moves.
Yeah, the suitcase moves by itself.
Starts flapping.
It was an air vent beside. Like,
Let's carry on a speed bump.
yeah, and she's like, it's a sign. And then he's like, drive, and she thinks that her son Ron has told her to continue driving, so she puts the key back in.
She took the key out.
Yeah, she just whipped it out mid drive.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, she whipped it
It
out.
wasn't
Yeah.
a wooden key from the film you watched.
Yes.
You're really excited there. Oh, love a call back.
And then Tim just zooms past on his bike. He's following the wrong bus. Yeah. Yeah.
The end. No.
That's the film.
No. So she's following the wrong bus. And who realised this first? Who's the first person to realise it?
Rena, she sees him. He's like, oh, she's gone. Yeah. And then she doesn't know what to do, so she starts following Tim. She starts following him, driving. She's like leaning out the window, like, it's me. And Michelle Farage is like waving the gun around, like, get back in, or I'll shoot you. And then there's a tussle between Hans Peterson and Michelle. There's a real tussle.
His hands switched.
Hands twitched. He's
Mutiny.
like, this is too much. Firing a gun in a bus. Like, he did not sign up for this from his big day out in Gloucester. Like, this has already just become like 10 layers too much.
Yeah.
And Michelle Farage like throws his arm back like that, and it hits like a side of poor Hans Petersen's head, which is known to be a soft spot. And he dies.
He was
on the
born
spot.
without a skull.
He's born with a very soft skull. And Hans is like, not that side of my skull.
How do we find? I was going to say, how do we find this?
He says, not that side. You get a flashback. he was
He was
playing,
at the same football match.
he was at the five-a-side game, and just before Tim kicked the wall, a ball flew out and hit his side of the head, and he fell onto a goalpost.
Just the same five-a-side game.
Five-a-side game. And
They were all linked.
yeah, and there was an aneurysm then there, but he survived. But he's always had a really weak side of the skull. So, unfortunately, William Farage, he hit that side of the skull, and Hans Petersen dies on the spot.
No.
He says his last words are, not that side of the skull, don't do it. And then he dies.
Really tugs on the heartstrings, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really moves you.
Not that side of the skull.
Not that side of the skull.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Do you know what? It's a good film, but I fucking hate this Oscar bait bullshit that comes out this time every year.
Okay. So, and this is so. Does Rena manage to catch up with? Does Tim realise that?
Tim's got no clue. Absolutely no clue. He's bombing it down. At this point, Tim's gone a little bit too vigilante.
Not even Lim the AI dog.
Well, luckily for Tim, he's got Lim the AI dog in the back of him, who's like tapping his paw on his shoulder. He's like, look behind you, mate. And Tim turns around like, and sees that Rena's like waving frantically, like
in a soft Scottish
sorry,
accent.
Something's got in my eye.
Is that what the dog
It's
said?
an emotional film, mate.
It's really getting to me. Something's gone right in my eye. Sorry.
Did you hurt your eye in a five-a-side accident?
Yeah, I could have. I don't know. I'll get through it. And then, Tim swings his bike around
Yeah.
and he drives alongside the bus.
Mm.
And they're now in central London.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Big climax.
And you got to realise, Rena hasn't had any screen time for about 25 to 30
Yes.
minutes. So
We are wasting Penelope Cruz.
she's furious. She's absolutely furious. So as she leans out to talk to Tim, flashback.
Lovely.
Yeah. And it's her in school. She's
With
like,
Hermione and Harry.
she's talking to her imaginary friends backstage. It's her first play.
Doing Defense Against the Dark Arts. Yeah.
She's got like a wand out. And she's like putting it around, and she's like, and the teacher comes in. She's like, no, you're Juliet.
Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. And, she spends her time in Italy as well, and then she goes out and she does a really, really good performance.
Oh.
But her dad is at the back and he's drinking again.
Oh.
He's drinking. It's played by Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen, his dad has aged significantly since the two flashbacks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He just he chucks a bottle at the stage. Yeah. And Rena, just as she's leaning in for the kiss with Romeo, he bottles Romeo. And Romeo's like,
Romeo done.
Romeo must die.
and she's like, no, Romeo. And Romeo's bleeding out.
Yeah.
Teachers all run in. And Ian McKellen just slips out the back door. And
Wait.
so does Rena.
Wait. Little addendum.
Mm.
Romeo was played by Hans, and that's how he got a soft skull.
Yeah, he's actually got a soft skull on both sides. In the fire side and the Romeo. And then that's when Rena looks back and there is Hans Petersen on the floor. And she's like, that was Romeo. Yeah.
Wherefore out thou, Romeo? Back of the bus.
Yeah. And she's like, not again. Every time I'm with you. And she tries to wake him up. She's like kicking his lifeless body on the floor. She's like, wake up. Come on. No, I'm bad luck for you. I'm really bad luck for you. Every time you're with me, you get a soft skull. But then, obviously, Tim's on the side of the car, and he's like, wait, get your head in it, girl. Are we going to stop this plot to, and William Frogg's like, who the hell are you?
The apple.
He's like, are you not on, you're on the bus, you're not on the app. Yeah, so William's like, no, I reject all technology. Yeah, so there's this like row between this Luddite and this like amazing souped up guy called Tim, one-legged Tim, who's into tech. So there's like huge row going on between, and Rena's just stuck in the middle. You know? And she just goes, "Oh, what's a girl to do?" Flashback.
This reminds me.
And so we now got Rena on our first job, right? And it's like a huge movie,
Yeah.
you know. And she's running through her lines in the morning, talking to her imaginary friend. She's feeling really positive about everything. She goes out, and in this scene, she has to like catch this wooden staff, right? She puts it back, right? And in this scene, she grabs it, she puts it back, she hits a guy in the back of the head. Right.
God, it's not Hans.
It's Hans Peterson. And it was caught on camera and it went super mega viral. And she doesn't apologise. She just looks at him and goes, "Don't stand so close there." And then that's how she got cancelled. She never worked again.
Little musical number from the Police. Don't stand so close to me.
So then, she looks back at Hans, and she's like, with her foot, she rolls back the other side of the back of the head, and there's like a huge staff. She's like, "God, whenever you're with me." You know?
I'm surprised that Hans has lasted this long, if I'm honest.
Hans has a really weird shaped head in the film.
It's not wearing a helmet.
I was going to say, before he got on the bus, he's like, "Just for this today only, I'll take my helmet off." I won't look good for my drive to London.
I'm having a day out.
Yeah.
I don't.
Why am I doing Bristol?
I'm having a day out. Sounds like straining for some reason.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so we're through the fifth flashback.
One every zone.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're in zone one.
We're in
just
zone
outside
one.
Houses of Parliament.
House of Parliament. We're on Westminster Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then it's like it looks like it's curtains because the bus is still hurtling on. Tim is like banging with his leg into the
He's good legged against the bus.
Good leg. And then Lim the dog's like, "Don't you know what?" "Just be careful of that leg. Remember what your wife." He's like, "Don't bring her into this."
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah, that's their thing between the AI and the.
Yeah.
He's become too close to AI over the years. The AI knows him too well.
Is that like Tim's catchphrase? Don't bring her into this.
Don't bring her into this. Yeah. And then Rena's like, "God, you sound just like my dad." And they're like, "Whoa." And suddenly they realise it wasn't Ian McKellen. That was just a random old man. Tim. The bold Hans Peterson. Tim.
Do we discover that it's a random? And she just go, "That was a random old man."
Yeah, she goes, that was
No,
it.
that was a random old
It was
man.
a random old man. And then he looks and goes, "That's my dad." And it's her dad.
Whoa.
And he's Tim with the one leg.
Tim is the dad.
Tim is the dad of Rena.
Fuck's sake.
Genuinely caught me off guard.
They call me off guard.
Move over, Sixth Sense.
1 minute.
And then
Who's a ghost?
he's programmed the dog, Limmy, to sound exactly like his ex-wife, you know?
Whoa.
And then she's like, "That's Mum." She can't believe it. She goes, "Dad," reaches out to him.
I thought you died in a five-a-side football accident.
She leans over and goes, "Dad," he goes, "Keep your hands on that fucking wheel." Right? So she leans back. He hit by a lamppost. Tim gone.
He's dead.
We don't know. He's just spiraling out the back. He's like, "What the hell?" Like, and Rena and William's like, "Drive." I knew that lamppost was coming up, but I didn't tell you.
Is the lamppost dressed the same as all the people on the bus?
The lamppost is in tweed.
Yeah.
It's a tweed lamppost.
He was in it all along.
And then
How
the
does
bus is hurtling towards the House of Parliament. A giant screen drops down over the House of Parliament. And Roy Hodgson appears.
Is he the Prime Minister?
He's still alive. He's just hanging in there. He's 110 years old. He goes, "Please, Rena, stop the bus. It's very, very tricky for me to come out here and talk about this. But, you know, Benteke, when he went out on loan, there was a but I promise you, if you keep your head up and you don't listen to William Farage, then everything's going to be all right." And Rena's just like sat there sobbing because she loved Roy Hodgson when he was the England manager.
Another flashback.
Another flashback. Rena's been cancelled. She's sat in the Wetherspoon. She's got a jug of peanut colada to herself. It's a Weatherspoons in Watford because she's had to move to Zone 9. Things are really looking down. Roy Hodgson leads England team, not to glory, but to sort of mediocrity. And she's like, he's a good guy. Flashback forwards.
Not a great judge of character.
But now she sees that, she starts crying, she stops off the bus, and she looks at William Farage and she says, I'm not going to do it. And the bus blows up.
Whoa!
That's the end of the film.
Oh, wow.
Credits roll. And you think it's the end of the film.
Flashback.
Typically when the credits roll, yeah.
Credits roll, but then they just rewind back.
That's great.
And then you see the smoke appear, and crawling from the floor and the back is Tim.
What, of the cinema?
No.
Live theatre.
Crawling from the back of the bus. He's got in the bus. It's Tim. He's going in the fire trying to find Rena, his daughter. Limmy, the dog, is like leaning along. Tim's now lost both legs. Right, and he pulls out Rena. He says, he looks at her. She's dying. She looks like she's already gone, but she's holding on. She goes, I love you, Dad. She says, you're still a shit actor. Credits. That's it. That's the end of the film.
I told you could never act.
But the House of Parliament stays, you know?
Saved the day, though,
Yeah,
didn't she?
she did save the day. Yeah.
What is this nightmare called?
It's called Driver Under Instruction. And I really think if we get our heads together and sell this to the right people, we could make this happen.
I don't think Penelope could say no. I think she'd love it. I can't believe at no point did Limmy become the surrogate limb for Tim. I thought he was called that because he was Tim's limb.
Yeah,
Tim's Limb, a place in Norfolk. Geography joke.
So would you guys buy that film? Would you watch that film?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for how lunatic it was one of the more coherent times.
Yeah, everything did tie
it
together.
Kept linking and tying together.
Yeah, it was great. Well,
I loved it. Yeah, read that back.
Luke Nixon, would you like to hear your film?
Yes, please.
Oh, God. This is a thriller set in 2031 in Zone 7, Cheadle, Hune-upon-Thames. It's bleak. There's a lot of buses. And we meet our first bus. Well, actually, first, we see Rena, played by Penelope Cruz, who is on her way to her first day as a bus driver, getting encouragement from her dead son, who is played by The Wind, carrying a briefcase, who really has no bearing in this film at all.
He's very much the sort of spiritual driving force.
Oh, no. Okay. So we meet Greg Davies, who's who's part of a conspiracy by a Tweed gang, the Freedom Party, run by a Michelle Farage, who is played by Rowan Atkinson. Good. So right now,
So far.
right,
Brilliant.
it's great. It's great so far. So she's learning to drive the bus.
Mm-hmm.
It's her first day. She's got an app called You're on the Bus.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the bus, and and at this point, Michelle Farage comes forward with a gun, waving a gun, saying, "You know, these are my demands. Make me Prime Minister, and I'm going to blow up the Houses of Parliament."
Absolutely.
Okay. All the people at the back of the bus have been very well behaved because they're not really sure what's going on. And then
That's the Tweed gang way.
it's the Tweed gang.
They
boy.
didn't really do anything.
No.
No.
Even when Hans dies, they're just...
yeah.
Completely submissive.
Yeah. When do they figure out? The buses are rough in London, aren't they?
You know what they say about London?
Yeah, it's just normal. Everyone in this countryside is petrified of London. They just think, that's it. Okay, so right now we then have a flashback.
First of many.
No, actually, first we meet the person on the customer service app who's listening to this whole thing at the time. It's Tim. who has a rocket Harley Davidson and an AI dog with a soft female Scottish accent. And he's drunk.
He's drunk. Yeah,
he's drunk,
really
right?
drunk.
Yeah, he's really drunk. And he's decided he's going to help save the day. We meet his neighbour. We meet his neighbour who sticks his arm in the exhaust pipe.
Oh yeah.
Who the neighbour was? What the neighbour was ex-Swedish ticket collector.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shows that Tim's got a dark side. He's not prepared to can cut people off if he wants to.
It's the first sign that he may not all be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I don't just mean that because he's missing a leg.
Okay, right. So then we have a flashback where then the Penelope Cruz character Rena is in her garden and being shouted at by a drunk dad with her imaginary wizard friends Harry and Hermione, and the dad is singing Bamboléo.
How does it go? Sing it properly.
Let's all sing together. No. Called your bluff there. Right.
Bamboléo.
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 I'll have the chicken Bamboléo.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but it should go back.
If you got a gig on a cruise ship coming up.
This one goes out to chicken Bamboléos. If you feel lonely out there, just remember you can always have a chicken Bamboléo.
I like it.
We've done.
Okay. At this point, we meet Hans Petersen, who is an ex-German Gloucestershire resident who is the second in command in this Tweed gang.
Second in command. Yeah.
What a sentence. And then at this time we meet... so we then switch to the motorcycle trying to chase through London, trying to find these buses with the AI dog in tow on the back, bringing up all sorts of gadgets.
It's like R2-D2 kind of inspired character, yeah.
Trying to find the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he's trying to get the Wi-Fi gun.
An antenna looks like a massive gun.
Yeah.
And there's 3 buses.
3 buses in a row.
3 buses in a row because they've organised decoy buses. Now, he picks the dog up and throws it through the window so hard that it hits the driver on the back of the head and makes the bus explode.
Absolutely.
So they're pretty happy that one. Because he knows, because obviously at this point we don't know this, but he knows it's his daughter driving the bus.
Yeah, he wasn't sure. He couldn't really tell. It's 50-50.
It does feel like he's on a one-man mission to kill his daughter before she blows up Parliament.
Yeah, we're never sure if there was real love there between Tim and Rena, but we hope there was. You know, it's a classic father-daughter Spanish-Scottish relationship. It's classic.
At this point, there's a flashback. Where Rena is in her school play with Romeo and Juliet, and she figures out that Hans is she remembers because an old man that happens to be Ian McKellen has come in and thrown a bottle right at Hans's head and given him a soft skull on one side. Yeah.
Sacred soft skull.
And then later we would find out that he would have a second soft skull instant from a five-a-side football game, which Michel Farage fully exploits when he smacks Hans on the head after a rebellion attempt.
Just who played Tim again?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba,
the biological father of Penelope Cruz.
Yeah. It's modern 2020, 30.
2031.
2030.
Yeah.
Obviously, she weren't born in 2031.
Yeah. She
was born in 2005.
It's to do with the AI.
Why do you know that?
I just made.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, Penelope Cruz was born in 2005. She's born in what? She must be born in the 70s.
No, I'm being a complete idiot. Sorry, crack on.
That's the weirdest thing. Right, okay, right. So he's dead.
What was that?
What?
He's dead.
So he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, so Hans, there's a montage of Hans as well. It include a montage of Hans Petersen and Rena when they're like falling in love during the play as well.
Yeah.
As boys and young girls, they like all the rehearsal shots together, and she's like, "Oh, such a beautiful side of the head that yeah." It's like really well rounded, and it's like celebrating. He shows it off around the school. Yeah, Hans is like really confident back then before that bottle throw. But I'd put that scene in if I could do it again.
That's fine.
Director's cut.
Director's cut. It says
And this is
before
like-
or after the credits.
This is an 8-minute scene. Hands walking into every class. He's like, "Oh, look at that."
Just think about just a glint on the head.
It's like really shiny on the side.
Yeah.
Of the hand.
Instead of doing his hair, he's just like
Doing his head.
doing his.
It's loads of hair, and then there's just a little break there. Yeah. And all the girls like follow him around school, like looking at that. Yeah, it's pretty big back then.
So he's dead.
Hans Peterson's dead. Yeah.
Hans Peterson's dead, and at this point, my writing just kind of just went a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
But-
I can't help you.
No, so basically, what's happened here? He starts chasing. So Tim starts chasing the wrong bus.
Yeah.
So she starts chasing Tim.
She starts chasing Tim. Yeah,
That's right, because obviously it's the only way. And then Tim realizes what's going on, pulls up, and then there's a revelation that he is Rena's father,
Yeah,
and the dog is an AI ghost
it's
of
the mother.
Of the mother.
Yeah, and Rena realizes who
they
he
are.
is. Yeah, and she's like, "Wow, this is a moment to like, reconnect with my dad." You know, she hasn't talked for him for years about the acting breakdown and everything. It's a big moment.
And then the bus explodes.
Then the bus just explodes.
The bus explodes, and then we cut.
Didn't he hit a lamppost?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did
hits
hit.
a lamppost.
Yeah, he hits a lamppost, and he just flies.
He just flies into the back.
Flies into the back. Yeah, and then and then the next time we see him is when the credits hit,
Yeah.
and then they stop, and then they rewind.
They rewind back up.
No, down.
Down. They wind down.
They wind down.
Yeah.
And then we see Tim crawling through the
Through the bus.
through the bus,
Through the flames.
through the
Terminator.
flames,
Legless.
legless. He's
Yeah.
lost both his legs now.
Both of those legs are gone. And Limmy's dragging him, you know, to encourage him to go and see Rena. You better do that. Yeah, you go and speak to your daughter. Yeah.
The AI dog is
Yeah, the ex-wife.
the ex-wife.
Yeah.
Is the dog's fine functioning?
The dog seems
He's a robot.
scot-free.
The dog got thrown and blew up a bus earlier. This one blown up isn't going to do anything.
This
does
is
it?
his second bus today.
That Terminator dog.
Yeah, the dog's fine.
And then
Literally fine.
it just kind of ends.
Yeah, he just says, "You're a crap actor."
You're a crap actor.
Yeah.
You're a crap
That's
actor.
the last thing he ever says to his daughter. Yeah.
You're a crap actor.
And we never know. And then 7th flashback. we never know what happened between
We
them.
never know what happened.
So it's really a father-daughter film. It's a story about love and loss and life, you know,
tweed gangs and
weed gangs and, you know, that's really a
Seven.
subplot, really. Yeah, but it's going to be out next week.
Driver Under Instruction is the film.
Driver under instruction. Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. I do love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I really connected with the characters. I really did.
Oh, yeah.
I sound surprised because I am. But no, this was brilliant.
I enjoyed that immensely. That was incredible.
Hey, thanks for having me on. This was so fun.
No. Thanks for coming. And where can we find you on the socials? What are you up to? What is anything you'd like to plug and promote?
Yeah, just my website, lukenixon.com, and you can find me at Luke Nixon Comedy, so sketches on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. And yeah, should have something coming out soon. Jabba Chops podcast. Keep tuned. Yeah.
Fantastic. Keep tuned. Oh, you should use that.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do it.
I don't think it works. Keep tuned. I regretted it as soon as I said it.
Keep tuned. Yeah.
She's nice. I like that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for coming. This was a great film, and so we're on YouTube now, which is what we told you at the beginning. So yeah, we're on YouTube now. We're doing that, and
We're sorry.
sorry. Yeah, you get to see us, but yeah, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Tell your friends. Yeah, no one ever does.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell them.
Tell them to listen, though.
Yeah, tell them to listen. No, actually, don't. Just tell them to write a good review.
Yeah.
That could work against us. Well, that's another episode. Cheers, everyone.
We've forgotten how to say goodbye.
Keep pitching.